how's it going? Today's review was supposed to be about Prince Lestat and the Realms of Atlantis, but I'm not done the book yet. I'm a slow reader, I'm a very slow bookworm, so sometimes it takes me like 2 to 3 weeks to read per book, but I was kind of challenged by a friend the other day to read something different, and it was a short one, so I did take a break from Lestat for a little while. So anyway, today's review is Today's review is about All Systems Red by Martha Wells, the first in the Murderbot diaries. We have both kitties! This will not last long. Enjoy the cameos while we can. Coraline is not happy. Anyway, I'm more into the fantasy and horror aspects of, that's just the genres that I prefer. I don't have anything against sci-fi or anything. I do like sci-fi. If anything, I watch loads of sci-fi movies. They're more like a visual thing for me. I want to see the visual actions of the sci-fi worlds happening. But the books can definitely explore things that I've never really come across in fantasy and horror yet. Maybe a little bit in horror, but not so much fantasy that I've really come across yet anyway. Because I did not expect to have the same social anxieties as a character called Murderbot does. And it's great! Also, yeah, quick tangent, I do have my own social anxieties, which is kind of why that in the middle of, when I started this channel like last February, and I posted like 7 videos I think, and then I stopped. So call it a hiatus or whatever. I only posted 7, there was, I think like my mom noticed and that was it. So I stopped posting for a little while because I was getting overwhelmed with like that kind of thing and work and my own books and all that stuff. So I took a break for a while, but now I'm back, so hi. But yeah, social anxieties do really get to me, mostly actually in actual like social settings. Making a video like this, it's not as hard as I thought it would be because I'm in my bedroom right now and there's no one else in the house, so it's kind of nice. And I do like discussing things, I do like discussing books with other people who are into these books, and no one in my family reads. I have friends who read, I have friends who are bookworms, and I've loaned books and borrowed books from them and we talk all the time. But I don't know, this is more like a wider audience that I'm not used to just yet, but I appreciate you guys nonetheless. Anyway, back into the Murderbot diaries. They're written by Martha Wells, and I know there's more in the series. I have the sequel. I don't know how many are in the series, but I do want to continue them. I don't know when I will, but you will definitely know my thoughts on those as well if I do end up reading them. And I have the ebook of the next one anyway, so that's a thing. So on to an actual review, my actual thoughts of the story. I did very much overall enjoy it. There were a few things that threw me off honestly just from like a visual standpoint, because I didn't really know how to like picture things sometimes, because it was a very character-focused story on the Sec Unit Murderbot themselves. And I'll say them because the Sec Unit doesn't even acknowledges that they don't really have a gender. So the story is all about this Sec Unit themselves. They don't even have a name really, which is quite sad. They call themselves Murderbot. It's a nickname that they gave themselves because of a past traumatic experience. Like an AI did that. I think that was probably my favorite moment as well, when I found out that Murderbot is what they call themselves. That's how they see themselves. And they constantly openly admit they're not comfortable around humans all that much. So yeah, I did really overall enjoy the story because I loved Murderbot themselves. And in regards to the things that kind of confused me, just in regards to the visuals, I think it's just because I don't read a whole lot of sci-fi myself, so it's probably on me. So I tried picturing things that I'm used to, like I've seen all the Star Trek movies, I love all the Alien movies, Guardians of the Galaxy kind of thing. I like those movies, so I know the environment to see it, but reading it, there was a dissonance for me, I guess? That's probably just me though, being not a sci-fi book nerd, but like a movie nerd. Because they kept on saying, because every now and then they would reference this communication feed everyone has access to, or these storage units of like memories and information, like the internet that they have access to. And I think they could see it just in front of their faces all the time, but they weren't always wearing like helmets all the time. So I think for the humans, they did need to have like a screen or like an augmented helmet around them. One person is a cyborg as well. Garathan is a cyborg, so he probably has the same thing I was picturing the sec unit with, Murderbot, because I don't think they needed a helmet to access and see the feed that they have access to. I'm sorry if I'm not explaining things very well. Because I think for the sec unit, it was just in their eyes. I'm pretty sure it was like Terminator. They could just see all of the like technical things like on the sides of their viewing range, peripheral vision without an actual thing. I think it's actually in their eyes. If that makes sense. I think that makes sense. The sec unit could see like the Terminator does, but the other humans couldn't, I think. So that's a very small nitpick, honestly. That's just a thing I couldn't visualize myself. Probably because, like I said, I don't read enough sci-fi. So in regards to the plot, this is where I will get into spoilery territory. Because I don't think the other things that I mentioned are big spoilers. You're going into a story knowing you're reading about an AI and something is off about this AI. You're gonna fall in love with the robot sec unit, and everyone will have their own reasons as to why, but that's not the huge plot development. In regards to the plot, they were definitely setting things up in like good, subtle, almost creepy ways, to the point where I didn't catch the first couple of clues until a little later into the story. And then I started thinking back on it and I'm like, yeah, those instances were a little strange as well, because, and again, spoilers. I don't know what this is. So, spoilers. Things start going wrong on their mission. Actually, let me backtrack because I completely forgot to do like a synopsis. I am sorry. So backtracking a little, All Systems Red is about this AI called Sec Unit, Security Unit, is assigned to a team of humans studying a new planet. And on this planet, there's another team of researchers as well, who have more Sec Units. They have about 3 AI robots with them. And then after a few odd little instances of like the machinery and realizing some code is missing, shit starts to go down. So back to what I was talking about a second ago, of those little foreshadowing clues that I had missed originally, I don't mind that I missed them because they were really well hidden and they still came back in my memory later on as I was reading, because little things start happening within like, the map is missing some pieces of the planet that they don't have, that they should have access to. So yeah, bits of information are going missing and bits of the map are missing as well, which is putting them in danger, but they don't quite realize that. The humans don't realize it yet anyway, for a couple of instances at first. They are safe, the Murderbot keeps them safe, but then they realize someone is interfering with their technology and their information, and it's about the planet. Pieces of the map itself are missing. They don't know why, but this other group of people, I think, are after something on that planet, and they don't want anyone else to know about it. If anything, the bits of information that are missing from our main team's database is dangerous. If they don't have this information, they could end up getting killed. Someone was trying to kill them off. So at one point, our main team with the Sec Unit Murderbot, they all go on this trip to the other team's base, the other research team's base, not suspecting like another group. They're not even suspecting the other guys. They just want to check in. They just want to check in on the other research team to make sure they're okay as well. Yeah, they're not okay. They're all dead. And it's like a good like aliens horror movie as well, where they're going through and Murderbot is going through, Sec Unit is going through, and they're just finding bodies. They're just finding bodies and they're dead. And there's other AI robots that are dead, but then the Murderbot gets attacked by one of the AI units because it's been corrupted with a new module in its neck, and tries to put that same sort of violent attacking module in our Sec Unit's systems to make it attack its own humans. But then Sec Unit's own human team comes to their rescue, gets the attacking module out of them, and then that Sec Unit, our Sec Unit, is okay. And it has to acknowledge at that point that these humans aren't gonna treat it like previous humans have in the past. Sec Unit still isn't completely comfortable with them, but these humans did help them. So they go into hiding, more weird information is being revealed and hidden at the same time, because apparently there's a whole other team of people and Sec Unit AIs out there wanting the secret information on this map, on this planet, and it's trying to secretly kill them off. So they set up a rendezvous point with that team, pretending that, yeah, we know why you're here. We totally know why you're here. But they really, like, don't, and they're kind of panicking, trying to just at least, like, survive. So there's good, weird little espionage moments of trying to just, like, I hope they get out of this alive. And I will admit, I enjoyed the ending. I enjoyed the very last ending bit. But I think the transition from, like, the planet that they were originally on with the missing information and the other team trying to kill them, I think that was wrapped up a little too quickly. But I also think it was intentional because there's more books in the series. It might come back later. I don't know yet. And I absolutely love, because I know it's kind of, it's got a sad element to it, and I like those little sad elements to it. Because the main leader of the humans, Mensa, goes up to our Sec Unit and says, we basically bought you. We bought your contract full time. You're just one of us now. You're just one of our team. And we're not gonna treat you like an AI unit. We may hold the contract technicality kind of thing, but in our eyes, you're a free unit. You can do whatever you want. Which is so sweet. I loved that so much. I'm so glad that these humans just instantly saw the Sec Unit as one of them. It's adorable. But our Sec Unit isn't entirely used to that yet. So everyone is telling them that you can make your own decisions now. Take some time, figure out what you really want to do. And then the Sec Unit leaves. They get on a bus and they leave. But they acknowledge, they even wrote a letter to Mensa, the main leader, of like, this is what I needed to do. This is what I wanted to do. To rediscover more of themselves. And I loved that. So yeah, that's my little ranty just thoughts about All Systems Red by Martha Wells. I really enjoyed it. I will probably continue on with the series if I have time, because I have other things in my TBR that your readers know what I mean, the never-ending TBR list. It never gets smaller. It never gets smaller. So that is now on it. The next in the series is now on the TBR list. That's great. And yeah, I thought the plots were fine. I thought it could have delved into the horror aspect a little bit more, with like the dead bodies everywhere, weird information is missing, they're possibly in danger but they don't quite know it yet. I think that it could have been like a little creepier, but I like how it stuck more with the sci-fi character development of the Sec Unit that we know and love, and how they're feeling, and how they're facing their own social anxieties. Like I said, I liked that. Let me know if you guys have read anything similar, or if you read the entire series, and if it's good to like continue as well. I'm gonna continue anyway, but let me know. Don't give spoilers, but let me know if it's still like good. Obviously, I'm sure it's still like good, but let me know overall, vaguely, what you think about it. Also, random question, not in regards to this story at all, but say you're reading a book and you respect the book, you absolutely love it, and you reach a middle section that's pretty large and you're starting to get bored because it's just like a large info dump. And how do you get through those longer boring moments that you're not really into for the story? Like, you want to finish the book. I actually don't mind putting aside a book if I don't enjoy it. Like, I will DNF a book. I'm not going to waste my time with a book I'm not enjoying. But it's with Prince Lestat, obviously. It's with Prince Lestat in the Realms of Atlantis. There's a large section in it where I was just trudging through it because it wasn't about Lestat. I'll admit, it wasn't about Lestat. It wasn't about our vampires. I didn't really care. So I will have more thoughts on that during the actual Lestat in Atlantis review. But what do you do when you're reading a book that you want to finish, that you absolutely respect, but you're in a boring moment and it's kind of dragging on a little bit? Do you put it down, or do you keep reading it, or do you read like a little bit a day, like 5 pages a day until it's done, or do you just like sit down for a few hours and just try to like plow through it? I don't know. I kind of did both. I chipped away at it, but then for the last like 30 pages, I'm just like, I'm gonna sit here and I'll skim all the important parts and I'll just get to the next section of Lestat again. So that's what I did. So yeah, when you're in the middle of a book that you're not enjoying but you want to finish, how do you get yourself to finish it? And if you just DNF it, that's fine too. So yeah, I hope you guys are all having a great weekend. Let me know what your thoughts are on the entire Murderbot series, because I'm not done it yet. Don't give spoilers, but I want to know how it's like. I just want to know how it's good. I'm sure it's great. And I'm kind of working on an idea. I don't know about it 100% just yet, so I won't specifically say it just yet, but it is for the YouTube channel, and I'm mulling over some things. I need to see how they kind of work out yet. So that's a vague thing. So yeah, anyway, I hope your weekend is going well. Mine is, and if you're liking my weird rant reviews, I hope they make sense. I hope you like them. Subscribe if you do. It honestly really helps out the channel and all of the growth and things of just the YouTube algorithm and all of that stuff. I don't understand any of it. But subscribe if you're liking my stuff, like the video and all of that stuff, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!